In a dramatic turn of events, thousands of federal workers just got a temporary lifeline as a judge halted the Trump administration's plans to lay them off during the ongoing government shutdown. But here's where it gets controversial. The judge cited political motivations behind the layoffs, including President Trump's own words, targeting Democrat agencies. Could this be a politically charged move disguised as budget cuts? Let's dive in. Less than a week after the administration confirmed that several agencies had started issuing layoff notices to approximately 4,000 employees, U.S. District Judge Susan Illston stepped in. She granted a request by two major unions, the American Federation of Government Employees and AFL-CIO, to block layoffs across more than 30 agencies. During the hearing, Judge Illston made it clear she agreed with the unions that the administration was exploiting the funding lapse, which began on October 1st, to push forward its agenda of downsizing the federal government. And this is the part most people miss. Judge Illston pointed to public statements by President Trump and White House Budget Chief Russell Vought as evidence of explicit political motivations. For instance, Trump's remarks about targeting Democrat agencies raised eyebrows. Meanwhile, Vought had hinted at even larger cuts, suggesting layoffs could surpass 10,000 workers. On the Charlie Kirk Show podcast, he stated, "The 4,000 layoffs are just a snapshot. I think it will get much higher." He justified the cuts by claiming they were necessary to stay on offense for the American taxpayer. The administration's lawyer argued that the unions should first take their claims to a federal labor board before heading to court. Predictably, the Trump administration is expected to appeal the restraining order. But the damage may already be done, or at least paused. Major departments like the Treasury and Health and Human Services, HHS, had already begun notifying employees. Even the Homeland Security Department, where many employees are deemed essential, planned to cut workers at its Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. A filing from the Office of Management and Budget revealed startling details. Over a quarter of the cuts were slated for the Treasury Department, with 1,446 employees receiving notices. HHS initially planned to notify 1,100 to 1,200 employees, but later claimed it would only lay off about half that number. Other departments, including Education, Housing and Urban Development, Commerce, Energy, and Homeland Security, had cuts ranging from 176 to 400 employees each. The unions argue that layoffs are not an essential service and should not proceed during a funding lapse. They also point out that mass firings are unjustified when most federal workers are already furloughed without pay. As the shutdown enters its third week, the U.S. Senate has failed for the 9th time to pass a resolution to reopen the government. Republicans, who control Congress and the White House, blame Democrats for the stalemate, insisting they agree to a clean funding resolution. Democrats, however, are holding out for a resolution that addresses rising healthcare costs for lower-income Americans. Here's the burning question. Are these layoffs a necessary budget measure or a politically motivated attack on certain agencies? And what does this mean for the thousands of federal workers caught in the crossfire? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The debate is far from over.